Well, I didn't start wearing glasses until I was in my 50s. And I was working at a hospital at that time. And it was really difficult to go from looking at the patient close up and then looking at the monitors up on the wall. And I had my glasses around, my stethoscope and everything, the pen, everything gets confused. And so I thought, I need to go with glasses that I just wear all the time. And so I started doing that. And my brother had worn glasses and my father had worn glasses, so it didn't seem strange to me to wear glasses. And that made it easier. We were not computerized on those days, so it was printing all of your notes, and so it was just easier to go from looking at a patient and then looking at my documentation and being able to describe it that way. And so over time I had glass changes, but in this last probably couple of years, I had really noticed that I couldn't see the street sign until I got right to, almost to the street sign. Sometimes I would miss it, have to go around and do a U-turn and come back, or I couldn't see the signs, the numbers at a house, it was really difficult. And so then that's when I was going with the specialist for the macular degeneration, and I said, I really think that I need glasses. It's been really more than 2 years. And so then that's when I found out that I had the cataracts. So after I was recommended to go to the specialist, he identified the cataracts in both eyes. But my specialist I go to for the macular degeneration, and because it's a hereditary factor and also the glaucoma, that was the suggestion to Dr. Christiansen. And the cataract seemed worse on the right side, and they're not able to do the left side at this time because it's still called wet, so I'm still getting injections in that left eye. Dr. Christiansen explained that for my cataract and for my astigmatism, the toric intraocular lens would be the best for me. And so I would go with his suggestion because I didn't know anything about that. So if I can have better vision with the right eye, I've enjoyed reading and I do a lot of reading. And so I want to keep my vision as good as I can. My father lived to be 96 with it. My aunt, his sister, had bilateral wet macular degeneration. So you could easily understand my anxiety and my hesitation in really fussing with the right eye, that I had better vision than in the left. Before surgery, when they set up the date, the Clarus Vision, the people here were great because they took time to really go through the entire explanation. They gave me a copy of when I would be using the eye drops. The hospital called the day before my surgery, and they were able to fill the eye drops right at the hospital that I was going to use, and then gave me the third one the day of surgery. They called that very day and asked how I was doing later in the afternoon before I even had the follow-up the next day, which was great, and asked me if I was having any side effects, any problems that way, and literally I had none. The great thing about it, the anesthesiologist at the hospital was outstanding. He was so friendly, and that was wonderful because I knew they were going to give me a little medication in the IV, and the RN had got that right off. And so I thought, well, I'll just go home and take a little nap, right? Well, I went home and I went right to sleep. And then, well, I started my eye drops and did what I was supposed to do. And then I thought, oh, I have literally slept all day long. I don't think I'm going to sleep at all tonight. That was a worry. Well, I slept all night long. I didn't even dream. And I woke up. I had no shadows. I had no halos. The only thing that I experienced on the day of surgery was like if you'd had a scratch on the cornea. It was just irritating a little bit, but I had no pain, no nothing on that day. So that was great. I came in the next day and Dr. Christiansen said it would look great, just a little bit of edema, but I already could see a difference in the right eye. I didn't have those other side effects that I'd heard other people had. I just have noticed a brightness or a clearness in that right eye, even though I get the blurry in the left eye with the macular degeneration. But I can close, or I can put my hand over my left eye and I can see perfectly clear. They have a little screen with movie going on with different scenes in the office, and I can see though perfectly clear with that right eye. I mean, I am so totally amazed, and I am so pleased. I'm sorry, I'm emotional because I am so blessed to be able to, a week out and do this.